Kal Ho Naa Ho was released in 2003 and stars Shah Rukh Khan, Preeti Zinta, and Saif Ali Khan. And in this movie, a woman has a struggling family and personal life, but when her new neighbor comes into town, he changes not just her, but everyone in her life. So guys, I sat down trying to think of a movie to review because it's the holiday season, and I thought, does Bollywood have anything Christmas related? Do they have any kind of movie that kind of resembles the Christmas season? And it dawned on me what to review because on Twitter, I saw Preeti Zinta talk about the anniversary of Kal Ho Naa Ho, and I was like, oh my god, Kal Ho Naa Ho kind of is like a Christmas movie. I know I'm pulling at strings here, but when you think about it, you know, talking about all the emotion in the movie and the emphasis on a guardian angel and the fact that Shah Rukh Khan makes an appearance coming through the snow like he's an angel coming down on Earth and he meets them in the snow and it's wintertime. Look, I know I'm pulling at strings here, but it's just an excuse to talk about Kal Ho Naa Ho. So, hey, why not? Kal Ho Naa Ho is a Christmas film. So starting off with the positives, and the biggest positive I can give is the story itself. Now, fun fact for those of you who don't know, I actually looked up that this movie is kind of loosely based on a 70s Bollywood film called Anand. Some people may not know that, but what you should know is that there was also a Hollywood movie that came out the same year as Kal Ho Naa Ho called My Life Without Me, which has Mark Ruffalo in it, and it follows a woman who has cancer and wants to live her life to the fullest and also wants to find her husband a new person to replace her when she dies. It's so weird how this came out the same year as Kal Ho Naa Ho. But going back to the story, one thing I really noticed when rewatching this movie was how much the perspectives change in this film. In the entire first half of the movie, it's entirely in Nana's perspective. You know, she talks about her life, the bills, how her family hates everybody and all that stuff. Then, when Aman comes into town, we're kind of in her perspective because we don't know who this guy is. He's super lovey-dovey, he's super romantic, and he's super, hey, I'm cool, like, what's up? And he's, like, inviting himself over, and you're like, okay, I like this guy because of Shah Rukh Khan, obviously, but there's something about him. I don't know if I can trust him. Is he actually a good guy? What's going on? But you see it all from Preeti Zinta's perspective. But in the middle of the movie, right before intermission, when it's revealed about his condition and that he's dying, the entire second half of the movie is in Aman's perspective about how he's trying to get Saif Ali Khan and Preeti Zinta together, how his condition is getting worse, how his mother reacts to it, how his friend reacts to it. It's such a genius way of telling a story because Bollywood movies tend to get long, more on that later, but the fact that this found a fresh new perspective to look at this story from a different angle was a good job. And yeah, let's talk about Shah Rukh Khan's performance. I mean, brilliant. I mean, it's Shah Rukh Khan. This is what we're talking about. One of the greatest, if not the greatest Bollywood actor of all time. Now, what makes his character so great is that it's very relatable. Like, he feels like a real person. Like, everybody in this movie feels very authentic, but he feels like the one that you just want to sit down and hug and learn about life, and that's the whole point of Aman's character. What's also great about his performance is that he covers so many genres in one movie. You got comedy, romance, drama, all that emotion. He does it effortlessly. Like, it's crazy. Like, in the comedy scenes, you are laughing your tail off when he's, like, finding out all the Galat Gur stuff, like, all that stuff. And then you got all the romance and the songs, and, of course, all the drama with his heart condition, how he's dying. Spoiler! Yeah, Shah Rukh Khan dies in this movie. For those of you who haven't seen this movie, yeah, Shah Rukh Khan dies, and it's very emotional. But because you love him so much in this movie because of his incredible performance, you feel just like Nana. You were just broken down and you were so emotionally drained that you were so sad and you just want to rewatch the movie from the beginning and don't want to watch the second half again. I'm not going to say this is Shah Rukh Khan's best performance, but this really is up there for one of his more complete performances. Now, he wasn't the only one with a good performance. Preeti Zinta puts up possibly her best performance of her entire career, which is really saying something because she's had some really good movies come out. You know, Nana is a character that is very emotionally dead. Like, she is just so closed off from the world because so many things have happened in her life. So she's like, why should I open up? You know, I'm just going to keep to myself and just keep going on in life and mind my business. Now, it only works. This movie really only works if Preeti's performance is good. If Nana is not that interesting of a character, we're not going to feel that attached to her, hence why we won't really care about this story. But because of Preeti's amazing acting, we care about the character and want her to be happy. And I think Preeti Zinta was always an underrated actor, so this proves, like, seriously, if you have any doubts about Preeti Zinta as an actor, trust me, watch this film, it will completely change your perspective. Side characters are always an important part of a movie, especially in a Bollywood film because there's so much going on, and I really like Jenny. I think Jenny was the best side character in this film. A complete character, you know, her being a single mom trying to pay bills and also dealing with her horrible mother-in-law that blames her for her husband's death. It's really bad. You know, it's a really sad subplot, but that subplot is also a very interesting plot of the movie because it also has a twist and it also has a very good conclusion. Jenny's complete character arc in this movie was very well done. It reveals a lot about her character, and also this movie proves that Jaya Bachchan is an amazing actor. She is so good at what she does, and of course I love Jenny. You know, next to Aman, I'd probably say Jenny was my second favorite character. And of course, the music. I mean, it is chef's kiss. It is perfect. I love every song in this movie. Now, what makes the music in this movie so special to me is how each song is really different. Like, you know, some movies, like, you have, like, 3 romance songs and then 1, like, dance song. There are so many different types of music in Kal Ho Naa Ho. You have a romance song, you have a party song, you have a wedding song, you got, like, the happy-go-lucky song. Like, you have so many different versions. Like, any kind of mood you're in, you can literally put on any Kal Ho Naa Ho song and it fits it. Like, that's what's so great about this movie. And of course, they have an amazing cast of singers to sing these songs. And again, I know I say this a lot, but I like it when my music in the musical tells a story. Like, how weird would it be if Aman reveals that he has a heart condition and then we cut to an item song? Like, that would be really weird, wouldn't it? But the fact that every song in this movie tells a story, and a very compelling story, it makes you not want to skip the music. And of course, it also helps that the music is iconic. I mean, they play at weddings and clubs all the time. I'm not sure about club music. I don't know if Time to Disco is still in clubs in 2022, but hey, if it is, good on this movie. And in terms of my favorite song, I think the title track is my favorite. I mean, everybody at one point has been walking down the road or bridge and just does the Shah Rukh Khan arms and Kal Ho Naa Ho. You know, everybody does that. It's been memed. This movie actually has been memed to the ground, but it still is a very iconic film. Now, for the mixed aspect of Kal Ho Naa Ho, it's one, and it's Saif Ali Khan. I'm not saying he's a bad actor, but his performance. Now, what sucks is that, again, he's not a bad actor, but because Shah Rukh Khan and Preeti Zinta play such complex characters, and he plays, honestly, kind of a one-dimensional character, any scene he does with them, which is about 99% of his scenes, he is so clearly the weak link, and I feel so bad because, again, I feel like Saif Ali Khan has always been a very underrated actor. But it doesn't help that when he's in a scene with Shah Rukh Khan and Shah Rukh Khan is giving, like, the performance of a lifetime, no matter who it is, they are going to be caught lacking. So unfortunately, Saif Ali Khan did get the short end of the stick because he plays the third man in this movie. Even though he gets the girl at the end, he still does feel like a distant third wheel. Again, I don't hate his acting. I don't hate Saif Ali Khan because of his acting. I hate his character because, you know, everybody has such a complex story and they all have interesting character arcs and qualities, and he is just, hey, I like her. That's it. And speaking of Rohit, let me get to the negatives of this movie. And I think the biggest negative of Kal Ho Naa Ho is the relationship of Naina and Rohit. The whole point of this movie is that you have to accept that Aman is dying. Aman has to accept that he is dying and that Rohit is the perfect replacement for him, as Rohit will keep Naina happy. Now, that only works if the relationship between Naina and Rohit looks good, but I'm sorry, the relationship does not work in my opinion. I never saw Naina once in this movie give any kind of implication that she is even remotely romantically interested in Rohit at all. Even when she went through her change where she let her hair out, wore contacts, she was smiling all the time. She only thought about Aman the entire time. Even when Aman says, hey, like, I'm married, and she's heartbroken, she doesn't really go with Rohit because she likes him. It's honestly like a rebound. Like, let's be honest. She used Rohit as a rebound, and Rohit's like, okay, fine, let's get married. The whole point was that we were supposed to accept this relationship, that Rohit was a good replacement. But again, because the relationship isn't that interesting and Rohit isn't that interesting of a character, the relationship doesn't really work. It honestly felt like Naina was marrying Rohit just to be married. Like, she was just like, you know what, the real love of my life is dying in like a couple of days, so I might as well just get married just for the heck of it. Like, that's not really great storytelling, in my opinion. And the other big problem I have with this movie is that, yes, it is a bit too long. I know we've been trained to watch Bollywood movies and how there's an intermission and all that stuff. I get it. But there were so many aspects of this movie that they could have cut out for time. Like the whole Camilla subplot, like that was such an unnecessary I mean, yeah, it's funny, but when you look back at it, it's like, what was the point of that? I get what they were doing, you know, it's to show that Nana's the right person for him. But to me, The reason why I didn't like that subplot is because it showed how quickly he moved on from Nana. Like, again, why am I supposed to believe in this relationship? If he was just like a loner, he's like, I'm never getting married because she was the only person for me, okay, I can find, you know, it makes sense that this relationship could work. But again, he just quickly moved on because his parents were like, look, man, you gotta get married. He's like, okay, I'll just marry this rich girl over here. So, again, a really dumb subplot that honestly kind of dragged the movie a bit. But overall, guys, Kal Ho Naa Ho is a classic of a movie. One of the most rewatched and talked about Bollywood movies of all time. It's in the discussion for Shah Rukh Khan's best movies. I mean, I feel like I'm gonna have to do a video of ranking Shah Rukh Khan's movies because he has so many iconic films. This is up there. This is one of the greatest Bollywood movies ever made. A fantastic story, great music, amazing characters. I'm gonna give this movie an A. I truly believe this is one of the best Bollywood movies ever made, and seriously, if you haven't watched this movie, do yourself a favor and watch it, because in my book, it is now a Christmas film. Guys, thank you so much for watching this video. If you like this video, please like, share, and subscribe. I'll see you next time.